What's going on, everyone? Briar LaPradd here, back again with another weekly fix tutorial video here on Maconi Setup Shop. This week, I believe all three series are at Homestead, so the next gen, Xfinity, and Truck series, all in Homestead. Homestead's one of the greatest tracks across every track that NASCAR goes to. So it should be pretty fun. It's a good week to try and learn and just get better as a driver. Like I said last week, B-Fix at Vegas was a pretty good combo. I think the next gen actually was pretty fun to drive from what I heard from NASCAR Xfinity driver Anthony Alfredo. He told me about that. But like I said, it's another good week to try and figure out just how to be better as a driver and tire save and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get on into the garage here and what I got. Running the 264 pinion with a -2 offset, didn't touch the brakes, no brake bias, and changed the page 2 dash because, of course, the page 2 dash is the better dash out of all of them. And I have been struggling a little bit with running laps here. Turn 2 has been a trouble spot for me. You might see it on the track here in a second coming off the corner. Yeah, there's a couple of tire marks right there. Yeah, turn 2's been a struggle, so we'll see if we can nail a lap here. My best lap right now is a 33.016, and it is a lap 2 deal. Lap 1, you're just too tight to get a good lap in. Another thing that I've noticed is that the bumps are really sketchy when you're trying to set up your lap, so just be careful with that. What you are going to be doing is you're going to be running in on both seams. Turn 1 is pretty easy to get to, but turn 3 it was really tight to get to, and you're going to notice here I'm going to get somewhat loose there, yeah, right there. Got to be very, very careful with it. It's just going to snap on you on exit. But you're going to start out your lap 2 here, your hot lap up on the wall. Get into the gas a little bit. Be careful with this bump. Just ease into it. Try not to spin the tires too much. Get a nice run off exit. Get away from the wall a little bit. Try and get some speed down the straightaway. Turn in at that light right there. Try and get it down to the seam here. Again, be careful with a car wanting to snap loose on you. Try and hold the wheel as straight as possible. Didn't have a great turn 2, but I think we'll make up for it here in 3 and 4 because I did do from my first lap. Get it down to the seam. Be careful with it on exit. Still want to slide loose. Lost a little bit of time. Could have been a couple hundredths better if I nailed it. But that there was a 32.945. Optimal's a 32.92, so definitely could hit a 9 flat if you really nail it. But yeah, we'll go ahead and review that lap. Like I said, it's a very sketchy lap. I didn't expect it to be as loose, because usually when I go into doing these videos, majority of the time the setups are just super tight and easy to drive, so it was pretty fun trying to figure this out for a little bit. But yeah, I got over the bump there, had to be careful with it on exit, had to lift a little bit, try and straighten it out. Got away from the wall. Turned in at that light up there. Brake, got down to the seam. Used the below the seam, put my left side below the seam, try and help it rotate a little bit. And then held the wheel as straight as possible coming up off the corner. Probably should have gotten away from the wall, just maybe carry a little bit more speed and momentum down the straightaway. But here into 3, it gets a little tight, so you gotta be careful with it. Try and get it down to the seam. Like I said, be careful with it on exit because it just really wants to snap. And that there was 32.94, so we'll go ahead and move on into B-Fixed. Alrighty, everyone, welcome to the B-Fixed part of the video. We got Xfinity cards at Homestead. Pretty fun combo. Like I said, if you want to get better as a driver, it's a pretty good combo to try and practice at this week, get better. Into the garage, we got steering ratio at 14:1, 6 offset, 61.5% brake bias. The lowered brake bias should help it rotate on entry. The offset is just because I like the wheel being centered. Offset could be whatever you want it to be. My best lap right now is a 33.56. Optimal is a 33.50. Could definitely hit a 5 flat, if not, probably dip into the 4s. Don't know where into the 4s, but probably could get into the 4s. Pretty sketch to drive. You gotta be very careful with it. Could be a 1 lap or 2 lap deal, whichever one you prefer. I think 1 lap might be faster, so we're going to try and go for the 1 lap right here. Got to be very easy over this bump. Once you're through that bump, pick up the gas a good bit, try and hold the wheel as straight as possible. Carry the speed off the corner. Going to be turning up at the light here. Hold the wheel as straight as possible. Get it to rotate right here. Careful getting back into the gas. Probably could have held it a little bit lower there, but it was kind of getting sketchy on my end. Get it down to the bottom here best you can. Hold the wheel straight as possible. That was 700 there, so that might be a 4. No, that was a 501, unfortunate. So you can definitely get into the 4s. If you clean up that turn 2 better than what I did, you could probably do a mid 4. So go ahead and review that lap real quick. As you can see a lot of failed attempts here from what I was doing, but I finally hit a couple laps. But like I said, stick it up on the wall here to start up your lap 1. Obviously, if you want to do a lap 2, you can kind of do whatever on your lap 1 or warm-up lap. You might notice here on entry I was kind of sketchy. Had to correct the wheel a little bit. I think I dove it in pretty hard, but that's what you got to do. Then here, like I said, just try and, I don't know if I was rushing the throttle or what I was doing. Just try to keep it lower on the exit if you could. Probably get a 4 there. Brake going into here. It's pretty tight going into 3 compared to turn 1, so just be careful with that. Then at a 4, it's a little sketchy, but not as bad as turn 2. And that there was a 33.501, so we'll go ahead and get on in to See Fixed. Alrighty, everyone, welcome to the See Fixed part of the video. Trucks and Homestead, pretty fun combo again. It's daytime, so it's going to be hot and slick. Love that combo. Steering ratio 14:1, didn't touch the offset or brake bias, left it the same. Been favoring the 14:1 steering ratio lately, just because I feel like I've caught myself turning the wheel too much on 12:1. So, trying to go back to 14:1, what I used to run before this wheel change that I had. But anyways, besides that, 33.43 is my best lap time right now, and it was a lap 1 deal, and I think lap 1 is better. Should be, tires should be at perfect temperature. You got to slow down for 3 and 4 here, so you can actually get a nice decent run, be up to speed in the truck, which usually doesn't happen at most tracks because you're full throttle everywhere in this thing. So see how it goes. Get away from the wall a little bit, try and build some speed. Get in here deep, get on the seam, try and keep it on the seam if you can. Wash up a little bit. Probably should have held a little bit lower there. We lost about 100 coming off that corner. Get it to the seam again. Try and use below the seam to get it to rotate. Dang it, we're going to lose it. Unfortunate. 33.437, pretty good lap. I'm going to show you guys the 4.34, but do keep in mind that this lap probably could have been better, just a tad bit, maybe hit a 41. But the exit at 2 is pretty much what I want to show you guys, because that is one of the most important parts of a qualifying lap at Homestead, and to save your tires, just trying to keep it low on exit. So, like I said, just keep it in mind. Here we go, we're starting the lap up top, of course. Trying to hold the wheel straight as possible. Got a little Louie right there. For some reason, didn't get away from the wall. I don't know what I was doing, but turned to the light. Got in pretty deep. Didn't even use the brakes there. That was something I noticed. I think using the brakes might be a little bit better, so keep that in mind as well. Kept it low on exit there. And then going into 3 here, get a nice little bit of an arc. Get it down to the seam. Try and get your left sides on it or below the seam. Below the seam gets it to rotate a little bit more. And try and keep it low on exit. And that there was a 33.434. And that is it on this week's tutorial video here. I am Briar LaPradd, driver the number 88 for Junior Motorsports in the eNASCAR Coca Cola iRacing Series. We have our last race of the year, the championship race, coming up here in a week? I don't know. Yeah, like a week. So stay tuned for that. Definitely need to try and just have a good race so we can boost JRM in the team standings. So looking forward to that. Hope we have a good result. And yeah, I will see you guys next week.